Let's talk about how to keep going when you feel like giving up. When you feel like giving up, but you can't, or you don't want to, or you know you shouldn't, you're going to end up in a state of internal conflict. And it is this internal state of conflict that is happening in our subconscious. And so that is where we have to go to heal it. Hi, if you've never seen me before, my name is Dr. Erienne Weine. I'm a cognitive psychologist, and I teach you to see into your subconscious and heal it. And that's what we do on this channel. If that resonates with you, welcome. Leave some positive energy in the comments, safely share your story, and come get your free gift where I teach you how to create your own safe space to subconsciously heal in. With that being said, let's get into this topic. Let's talk about what's really going on. When you want to give up, but you need to keep going, or you want to keep going, or you choose to keep going, or you have to keep going, you should keep going, and another part of you can't keep going, doesn't keep going, doesn't want this, you are facing a moment of internal subconscious conflict. And I'm not just here to tell you, resolve the conflict so you can keep barreling down the road of life that the Matrix tells you is the right thing. I'm saying we have to actually talk about what is going on inside of us if we want to heal, if we want to change, if we want to grow. So let's be very clear about something. When you feel like giving up, something is wrong. It is not necessarily a moment for forcing and whipping and crashing yourself through a barrier or a boundary that doesn't even necessarily exist outside of you. I know for me, the moments where I feel like giving up, like if someone were to look externally at my life, they'd be like, girl, you have like 3 more steps to do. Why do you feel like stopping? It has nothing to do with what's happening in the outside world, although it obviously can. It has to do with our internal barriers, our internal limitations, which, guess what? They're not really limitations. They are self-protections. Protections from re-experiencing a wound or a world that really hurt us, or from letting a version of ourselves operate that once couldn't get it done. Now, if you're anything like me, I try to do new things all the time. I am pushing myself. I am going there. I have a vision. I am committed to the vision. And guess what? Just telling myself, show up consistently no matter what, is something you tell a machine that is perfectly oiled and perfectly running. But if you're in charge of that machine, like literally if you're trying to keep a car running, what do you need to do? You need to check it. You need to make sure it has its oil. If it stops working, you don't just keep driving it, and then when it breaks, you blame the car. Well, now you don't have a car and you're an idiot. This is me talking to the mentality that tells us just keep going. Now, that's one side of the story. We have to figure out what's wrong in there and heal it, which you're in luck because that's what we do here. But on the other hand, you have to figure out your why. Because if that why is bad, is hateful, harmful, painful, if the reason why you have to keep going is the very thing that's causing you pain, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this, okay? If you're trying to do what you're doing just to prevent someone from hurting you or prevent the system from crushing you, it's wrong. It's bad. And that is what needs to change. So there's 2 very real things that, see, look, we're just jumping right in. 2 very real things, 2 totally different realms, the external world and the internal world. If you feel like giving up, and there's a perfectly good reason and a safe, healthy world that you're creating, you're maybe transforming, you're stepping into, you are wanting to create a better life for yourself and others, or you're moving yourself along a path that's difficult but is like ultimately good, then the issue is inside of yourself and the solution is inside of yourself. And that very solution is healing your limiting belief. Healing the core wound that your limiting belief is wrapped around and protecting. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but if you want to deep dive on this topic, check out, I have a playlist on this, and I have a little video specifically about healing the core wound. I have a mini course you can come take that actually walks you through the exact steps that you need to heal that limiting belief. All right, so those resources are all there for you. So that is over here in the internal healing column. Let's talk about the external world. Honey, you and I both know this place is messed up. And if the reason that you need to keep going is ultimately pouring your energy, like your pure life force, back into a system that harms you, like directly or indirectly harms you or harms other people, and that is grating on your soul, that is something you want to change. Now, here's one thing that I have learned. It's not always possible to say, I don't want to participate in this system and make the matrix just go away. But you are able to prioritize yourself. You are able to think, work smarter, not harder, change, adjust. You can change your mentality. You can change the way you do shit. You can change the world you are pouring your energy into and still survive. Actually do more than survive. Actually thrive. Okay? So if you're doing stuff that isn't in alignment with that, but your soul wants you to be in alignment with that, honey, your soul is just tired. And that's why you feel like giving up. Your consciousness, your pure energy source just doesn't want to. So find out what it wants to do and feed it. And so what are some ways to do that? Because I don't want to just be like, here's some random nebulous advice. Okay, for me, how this looked was creating art. Start creating art. Start pouring your energy into making art every day, and your heart and soul will feel fulfilled while you do the thing to get the money. Another thing you can do is do healing work intentionally every single day of your life while you're also doing the other things. And don't act like you haven't ever put routines in your life to create things that are better. Drop in, make yourself the priority, and heal inside. And that is actually what my free little email series is about. I teach you how to create your own safe space for healing and go in it to heal yourself. All right, so we've kind of just explored both realms here, been juggling. Let's bring it all together. You and me both know the feeling of needing to keep going, but feeling like giving up. And honey, the truth is there's two things that might need to happen. One, you might need to take your anger, your pain, your frustration, and all the stuff that is suppressed, that is imploding and making you feel like giving up, and you might need to turn it on the outside and be like, I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to change the world, and that's why I'm doing this, and guess what? I'm going to do it sustainably, smart, focused, grounded, clear. Take yourself back, take your mind back for yourself, and that's how you begin to shape your reality. On the other side, if it's a good reality you're trying to go towards, but you just can't, don't want to, honey, it's your subconscious protecting you. It doesn't want you to go down this path because some other time, and now you get to figure out what that other time was. Some other time you did this, it hurt so much, you said, I'll never do this again. Or you said, there's something wrong with me. I'm bad at this. I'm a bad person. I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy. Or the world sucks. Everything is bad. There's never going to be a point. Those are the wounds of a subconscious that was not allowed to learn autonomy, was not allowed to learn sovereignty, was not allowed to figure out who it was. And it was just plugged into the world. And we all know that sucks. And that's what we're here to heal. All right? So, main point there, find out what your subconscious is breaking down for. Why is it not moving forward? Why are you imploding? Why do you feel like giving up? Spend real time with your subconscious. And when it starts to give you answers or stuff feels like it wants to start pouring out of it, listen and change accordingly using your love, using safety, using kindness, using your intentional focus. Overall, friends, the main point is that your life is yours and your mind is yours. So if it's something that's giving you internal conflict, go resolve that internal conflict, not in a way where you negotiate with yourself and say, hey, go back to work, where you actually go and heal the part of you that needs to be healed and change the world for real accordingly so you can move forward and do what you're meant to do in this life. All right? I want you to know I truly believe in you and I will never leave you hanging. I have real, true, helpful mental healing resources down in the description. A little free class teaches you how to heal in your safe space. And this channel is a safe, loving, healing space for all of us on the journey of our highest evolution. So thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping this a safe, loving, healing space. And thank you for going within. Thank you for changing the world. Thank you for being who you are. Just thank you. I'm so proud of you. I believe in you, and I'll see you next time.